So I'm back. I'm going to work on a quick project today. I hope it's going to be quick. Here's the breakdown of what's happening. We have been working on our bedroom, kind of redoing things a little bit. And I wanted to make some new side stands next to our bed, nightstands. I was trying to get ideas using the materials I have on hand. I'm trying to keep this cheap. I'm just trying to use what I have. I went out to the barn, looked through the wood on my shelf. I got lots of wood, actually probably quite a few options, but I found this. This is the cutout from our stovetop. The last big chunk of countertop that we have left. It's got oil on one side, the back side, which is the bad side, because I oiled the back of the counter before cutting them out. And I never finished this side, so it's still raw. That's become a problem because sitting in the barn so long, I don't know if you can see it, but it cupped a little bit. It's not straight. I actually added some moisture to this side. The reason let me explain this quick. The way I understand it is this. The bottom of the wood is sealed with oil. The top of the wood is raw. So what happens is this side will dry more than this side. And as this side dries, it shrinks and it makes that cup, because it pulls it in while the back side stays expanded. It's got that oil in there, it holds more moisture, it's expanded wood. So we get expansion on the bottom, contraction on the top, and it causes it to curve. Like I said, I actually wet this all down and let it absorb water overnight, and it did flatten it out. It was a lot worse than this. If I oil this, it might balance out over time, but it may not. It's been sitting like this for a while now. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you that is because I was going to cut it in half, and I was going to make two tabletops out of it, like side stands, that were going to be about 20 inches by 14 inches. But then after looking at this cup, I thought, I don't want to see that. Also, the end grain doesn't look good on a butcher block. So this would essentially be the front. This would be the back. It would be like shaped like this. And I didn't like that. So I'm changing my whole idea, and I think I'm still going to use this wood though, but I'm going to cut it down the middle the long way. It'll kind of mask the cupping. The front will look cleaner, but instead of a true nightstand, it's going to be more like a shelf, just a wall shelf. So that's what I'm going to do, like a 10-inch shelf. And we could probably still go like maybe 20 inches wide, but we'll do 10 inches deep. I don't know if that's weird or not. That's it. So we don't really need a big shelf. I think I'm going to try it, see how it looks. I can either like it or I don't like it. So that's the plan for today. Let's see what we can make happen. I have no shelf brackets, keep in mind. I'm not sure how I want to do that. Again, I'm going to look in the barn, get ideas, try to make my own shelf brackets out of wood. We'll see. this is a piece of bed rail. I got 2 of these. So I'm back where we started, and the nightstands are done. I am super happy with how these came out. I'm just totally thrilled with them. I'm going to talk you guys through the process and what I did. Even though you saw it, I want to explain it. So I had the butcher block, and I started by ripping it in half. You saw that. And then I took those long pieces and I cut those at 20 inches long. This is a 20-inch shelf. I squared up all the edges, wanted to make sure they were square. And then I attached the leftover piece. This is the same side as that I cut off here. After squaring up the ends, I glued it and screwed it with pocket hole screws right here. You can see those plugs I put in. I even plugged them so that they're nice and flush. You see them, but it doesn't bother me. So after pocket holing those together, we get this really cool right angle asymmetrical shelf. It realistically is a shelf more than a nightstand, but it's the same difference. And you're gonna see why I did that in a minute. I'll explain that. But then you guys also saw me do this. I routed out this back portion of the shelf. Not all the way up though, you can see just under there. And I did that to accept these pieces of bed frame. These are just metal bed frame that I cut and use. These are overkill. I didn't need to go this route. I could have hung it a different way. I had these and I thought, hey, that'll be cool. These were a pain. This metal, I've cut bed frame before, but this metal was hard to get through. I mean, I probably went through 4 drill bits and 6 saw blades just to make a few holes and some cuts. So it was pretty bad. I finally resorted to my metal cutting wheel on my circular saw to get through it, but for some reason these are extra hard. But basically these brackets are going to screw to the wall, and I'll show you the installation, but then the shelf will sit on it like this, and we'll screw it to the bottom of the shelf. And the point of that is to give it a nice clean look where it's attached to the wall, and this acts like a support so it can't tilt down. Now this wood is so strong, it only needs to be on one side. It's not going to bend, it's not going to warp, so it's totally fine. You're going to see it in action soon. So that was it. It's actually a really simple build, and I made 2 identical ones. And what was really cool about this is that we've used up all the remaining butcher block countertop with almost no waste. So after installing our butcher block countertop, we had to cut out the sink, the stovetop, and we had a cutout from the back of the backsplash. We used our sink cutout for our coffee table with no waste. Literally put legs on it and made a coffee table. We used the cutoff from the back of the countertop where the sink is, which was a long 9-inch deep piece. We used that as a shelf under our television in the living room. We used the cutout for the stovetop to make these 2 shelf stands, and I even used some leftovers to make some DVD bookends. So this countertop is being used so efficiently in the home, and I love that. I love using up this old wood. So anyway, oh, the last thing I did on these was finish them with shellac. I chose shellac because it's such a nice, easy to work with finish. It dries quick, and you can see it has a nice little sheen to it. What I did was I shellacked it, gave it a couple coats, and then I just used some fine steel wool to smooth it out. Now it's nice and smooth and well protected, and it really looks nice. So I'm ready to hang them in our bedroom, and this is where it gets to be the awkward part, because we've been working on our bedroom and I wasn't really ready to share it. We've made a lot of changes. I'm not going to show the whole bedroom, but I guess you guys will probably see it sooner or later, so I'm just going to go for it. And you'll see why we're hanging new nightstands next to our bed. But like I said, you're going to see some changes, and we've shared a lot of that over on our members area. So some of you guys will know the story behind it, but let's just hang those shelves, see how they look. So here's where our nightstands are going to be, hung on the wall under this light. Let me see. About 22.5, thank you. Does that look okay? I got the bracket hooked to the wall, nice and solid. Let me go get the shelf key. Look at that. That's solid. That looks so good. I put it 24 inches off the floor. Looks perfect. That's about the height of our bed right now. We will be building a new bed frame hopefully soon, but we'll try to keep it that same height. It'll be easy to move if we have to. That's really good. I was worried about making these so small, but actually it doesn't look too bad in place. So far so good. Let's get the other one installed. So I'm just looking to the center of the screw. We're just getting it close enough. Look at that, Maverick. Look how good that looks. I think these fit our theme so much nicer than the original ones we had, which were kind of boxy and made from tongue and groove boards, which was a little too rustic or, you know, not as modern looking. It only, like I said, it only needs one leg to rest against the wall to keep it from tilting. It gives it lots of strength. And the metal bracket, like I said, is probably overkill, but that helps a lot too.
I can put it on hood.
But we can't see it. There you go.
Yeah, that's another one.
This birch butcher block is so pretty. The grain, the wood grain looks beautiful. The wood tone looks beautiful. Super happy with it. Like I said, I think it fits the theme of the bedroom much better. Looks good on the wall. Nice and simple. I love it. You can see that even way down low, you don't even see the brackets. And the screws and everything sit nice and flush down there. There it is. Kind of the quick view. And we're happy with that. So that project is done. And again, I'm just actually super happy. Sometimes I impress myself. I'm not trying to brag or anything, but when stuff comes out good, I'm just amazed at it because I just think it's like wow. And it's so simple. I know it's such a simple thing, but sometimes the simple things work best. And I think it's because I went into the project with no idea what I was doing. I just had a piece of wood and I said, I got to turn this into a shelf. And I didn't have shelf brackets or anything. And the piece literally built itself. Like, I just started cutting the wood and then it just kind of formed. I didn't even have an idea. I ripped it in the middle. And then after I cut off that side piece, I thought, oh, that'd look cool if I used that underneath. It just fell into place. So it was really neat. But let's see what Ashley thinks.
They're awesome.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Do you think they're too small?
No. And I like that we used up pretty much all of the kitchen countertop scraps and everything.
I actually have some like small skinny scraps and one specifically a long skinny scrap. I don't know what to use them for yet, but I'm going to definitely keep them in mind because now I'm determined to use every bit of that countertop that I can.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the project and maybe it'll inspire you or maybe you'll just have fun watching. But I guess that's all we have for now, so thanks for watching and until next time, take care.
Bye.